Hi, my name is LaShawn, and I'm doing an interview for my race class, gender, and education class, and we're about to begin. Okay, my first question is, what is your name?
My name is Levi Schott.
Okay, and how old are you?
I am 21 years of age, and in August I will be turning 22.
Okay, and what is your preferred gender pronoun?
I identify as a man.
Okay, so would you like me to use he?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me your ethnicity, please?
I am of German and Jewish descent.
Okay, and your race?
I am white.
Okay, and where did you grow up, Levi?
I grew up in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Okay. Do you remember the name of your first school?
Yeah, my first school was Wallace Elementary School in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Okay, and what was it like? Hold on.
It was a pretty good experience. It was probably the best of my three schools that I went to: elementary, middle school, and high school. I liked most of my teachers and my classmates.
Okay. And do you remember the demographic of your school, and specifically pertaining to race?
Okay, so of my whole public school education, my elementary school experience had the most white students in that elementary school. I suppose they dropped out and went to different places after that. In regards to, it might have been like a third to a half white. And in regards to race, in regards to gender, I don't really remember much. It was probably split 50-50, but I didn't really think much about girls because they had cooties at the time.
So tell me about your family.
Well, I have, on my father's side, I'm Jewish. His family immigrated over from Germany. His father immigrated in 1928, and his mother immigrated over in the 30s. On my dad's side, they're Jewish, but my father doesn't practice Judaism very strictly. Neither does his sister. On my mother's side, we're Christian. We're Protestant on my mother's side, but she doesn't follow very heavily either. Her mom used to follow heavily, but she passed away in the 90s. So right now we're not a very religious household.
So when you say you're not a religious household, what does that mean? Like, do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate...
Well, we celebrate like the basic cultural stuff. Like on Easter I'll go home and celebrate with my grandpa, but we never go to church. I'm not sure we have a Bible in the household, so.
Okay, so tell me how it was for you when you were growing up. Like, what was like growing up? What was it like growing up in your household?
Specifically in terms of religion?
Yeah, race, and class. Like, what class do you consider yourself to be?
I guess I consider myself middle class. I'm also white. I forgot to mention on my mom's side, they're also European. So white, middle class, male, heterosexual. So growing up wasn't too bad.
What were your parents' occupations?
Well, my dad's been teaching all my life, and we live in Hoboken. I grew up there, and he teaches in New York. He used to teach. When I was growing up, he taught in the Bronx, and then he moved over to Harlem, then Brooklyn later. That's where he teaches now at Brooklyn Tech High School, which is a move up for him. My mother used to work at an exterminating company, but then she moved on, and now she's working with a theater company in New York.
Okay, and what kind of city was Hoboken a city, suburb?
I would say it's definitely a city. It's about a square mile, and it has over 50,000 people living in it.
And like, can you describe the area, like in terms of socioeconomic status?
Well, Hoboken's kind of interesting because it's settled in Hudson County, and as you may know, Hudson County is a very densely populated place. There's a lot of an urban area there. It's directly adjacent to Jersey City. So Hoboken's a little wealthier than a lot of those towns there. However, there's still poverty there that seems to always go along with urban areas. So a lot of people consider it a little wealthier, although it still has a lot of the same issues that other places might.
How was Did you go to private schools or did you attend public schools?
No, I attended public schools the whole time. Started off in Wallace Elementary School, and then I went to Brant Middle School and Hoboken High School. The schools were sort of an interesting case because the younger the grades, the higher the socioeconomic class, generally, because the schools tended to be higher quality in the younger grades, and the wealthier parents tended to move their children out of the schools as they got to the older grades.
Why do you think that happened?
Because they associated the schools, they saw the schools as urban schools, and all the negative stereotypes that go along with that. So they didn't feel it was safe sending the wealthier students there, and they didn't. Hoboken's public schools were at risk of being taken over by the state at one point. There's an Abbott school district. So
what is an Abbott school district?
Well, there's a bunch of schools all over New Jersey. I forgot the exact number that are designated as Abbott schools, meaning they receive additional funding from the state. If most of the time they're in urban settings or low-income communities. So Hoboken was designated as one of these, meaning it receives additional funding from the state. And a lot of times that is a negative stereotype because the wealthier parents don't want to send their children to those schools. So in the later grades, with all those students removed, there's not very many students in the high school itself because all the parents moved out. And like I said, Hoboken's a town of 50,000, a city of 50,000, but in the high school, my graduating class was under 200, probably around 150.
How was your elementary school?
My elementary school is very good. I don't really have very much to compare it to. I've only been to one elementary school, but from what I could tell, I received a good quality of education. The teachers cared, and
how did the teachers care?
They seemed to make an effort to take an interest in our lives and make creative assignments for us. In retrospect, thinking about all the projects we did.
How was it in terms of gender? Were girls not